All right. So when all this happens, I was not paying a lot of attention. Then all of a sudden, when it started to like really, really go up, people started tweeting it at me. So I kind of spent my obligatory 20 minutes Googling. Okay, I kind of sort of understand it just enough to know what bucket to put it in mentally, but didn't really go deep on it. And
Yep.
then all of a sudden, when the treasury was taken, literally my feed was just filled with anger, hate, laughing. I mean, just every emotion in the world coming from different people. The "I told you so" crowd, the "somebody stole my money because I don't understand what actually happened" crowd, the token went down.
Yeah.
I mean, just everything. And so I was like, okay, that's probably not a good development for a lot of people. And then I don't know, 24 hours later, somebody tweets at me and says, "Hey, it's been transferred." as a project to you. And I was like, wait, what is going on? So kind of how did that happen and what exactly happened, I guess?
Yeah. That was pretty fucking wild. So yeah, I was I, like many people, were not excited about the developments with the Treasury. I think I was like a little more sympathetic than some people were, just in that I thought that there was legitimate ambiguity about what had been intended. Not that I thought this was an appropriate use of them, but that I also sort of felt like legitimately, like, people didn't quite nail down what the plan was for it. And also that, like, Nomi seemed legitimately not to think that this was going to be perceived the way it was. Like, there seemed to be a real, like, this wasn't sort of like him saying lullaby. There's like a real disconnect here. But also sort of destroyed the project, and also was the wrong thing to do. And like, it was also not selfishly the right thing to do. I mean, it's made everyone worse off. It's bad for everyone. Like, and the honest truth is, if like he had never done that, and he just like worked really hard for the project and made it be a great thing, and then eventually was sort of like, hey guys, like I think that, like, I should get a percent of the tokens. I think people would have been like, yeah, that sounds right. That sounds like you deserve that. And could have ended up with more than they did. So
so how does it get transferred to you?
Yeah. So I wrote some tweet threads expressing my displeasure, and basically saying, like, you got to fucking transfer control of this project or it's just dead. Like, no one is going to have faith in it with you, with the keys, like, sort of like, anyway, I sort of like, that sucks. Like, that's sort of it for sushi. And I don't know, took a nap, and I was like on a beanbag by my desk, and sort of just shouted out, like, hey, someone just tweeted that Nomi said he was going to give you the keys. And it's a weird moment. But I don't know, I kind of got up and, bolted to my computer, and in fact, someone had tweeted a screenshot of Nomi saying he was going to give me the keys to the treasury. So that's pretty weird. And I mean, it was like kind of like an even more bizarre twist than the previous twist of him having taken, like sort of like, was like a really strong negative twist, and then an even weirder positive twist. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. He then did it. He sort of sent the keys to the treasury, and that sort of changed my weekend plans. I mean, whatever I had thought I was going to do, it wasn't figure out how to do a sushi migration. But remember, the migration hadn't happened yet. Like, that still had to happen, and it was actually kind of a tricky, intricate process. And I mean, I hadn't written SushiSwap or anything. It's sort of like, so all of a sudden it's like, okay, like, I guess what's happening this weekend is that we're going to go figure out how SushiSwap works.
So you still have control, right?
So we are. So the key was was passed, and it's sort of like technological control over some parts of it, although as sort of dictated by votes of community members. But that control is transferring to multi-sig control, sort of step one, and that transference is happening maybe tonight. We have everyone's address now, and last I checked in, we're preparing it. So that's going to be sort of the next step for the next step for SushiSwap in sort of formally removing me of control, which is sort of important to it, because it's not SamSwap, and it's not I'm not meant to run it. I don't run it. I don't like. It's sort of like the keys were dropped on me, but that's not. It's meant to be the community's project, and so.
So you have no plans. This is not going to become the next product line of Alameda, is to go and.
No, no, this is not, and it sort of can't be, because that's not like, it would involve fundamentally changing what SushiSwap is. Like that's if I like at some point Serum might create or FTX or something might create an AMM, a DEX, something like that. But as Serum did create a DEX, but SushiSwap sort of dropped on my lap, and I want to be sort of faithful to like what it was meant to be and what people thought it was meant to be when they got involved in it.